Well, certainly we're getting closer and closer to getting deeper in the fall months. And let's go ahead and check out some of our current fall color trackers across the state. Now, here in Lima, we're starting to see some patchy colors starting to turn as you especially drive along Interstate 75. I've noticed several trees changing there. Cincinnati, for the most part, very little change there, but it will likely not be too long. Columbus and Cleveland metros are also reporting partial colors changing, and we'll certainly see more of those fall colors come out with time. But again, they might be tempered somewhat because of the ongoing drought. We'll talk about that more in just a moment, but right now, very quiet and very warm. Right now, 82 degrees in Lima, 83 in Ottawa, 83 degrees in Findlay, but the tropics are very active right now. Hurricane Umberto, Cat 5 hurricane, 160-mile-per-hour winds, several hundred miles south-southeast of Bermuda. Thank goodness that this is directly over the ocean and won't directly impact the United States. Might give some impacts to Bermuda later, but Tropical Depression 9 is closer to home off the Cuban coastlines, just southwest of the central Bahamas, 35-mile-per-hour tropical depression. And what makes this interesting is Tropical Depression 9 and Hurricane Umberto may interact with each other, and something called the Fujiwara effect may come into play, and that could ultimately dictate how close Tropical Depression 9 gets to the coastline. Many areas of uncertainty here, but definitely something we're going to keep an eye on as we go over the next several days. But back at home, we're barely have any weather to track. High pressure is going to be once again in charge for the next several days. This is a very common theme we've talked about lately, and what that's going to do is bring more sunny skies, more dry weather, more same old, but unfortunately that means it's not going to bring any rain throughout the next several days. And as a matter of fact, the official forecast has 0 in the way of rainfall for Lima and west central Ohio. The tropical rains stay off to our southeast of what will be Tropical Depression 9, maybe future Imelda, but that's bad news because we are still dealing with quite a bit of drought. Severe drought has actually been expanded to include Salina, Lima, northwestern Always County, and look at this red area, north side of Findlay towards Van Buren, Macomb, Belmore, Deschler. That's extreme drought. When you get into extreme droughts, that's sort of a bit on the rarer side here, and given the fact that we have very little rain, it's not going to likely improve, in fact maybe worsen. And you can even see some of the dry grounds from outer space, these brown colors, in addition to the fields being harvested for the fall harvest, but the drought is playing a role in changing our grounds to a more brownish color. So bit of an interesting view from outer space looking down as that drought does impact our soil color here. For tonight though, it's going to be a pleasantly cool night. Temperatures down to 56 in Lima, 57 in Wapak, 55 Kenton and Bellefontaine, maybe 58 in Defiance with a clear and starry sky. Now going to our Sunday, that's when it's going to be plenty of sunshine, lots of sunshine. I've raised temperatures a bit for Sunday given our dry air mass. It takes less energy to heat up the air. Calling out 86 in Lima and Van Wert. Likewise in Salina, Paulding, maybe even 87 degrees as you go up to the north in Putnam County near Ottawa. Looking at the 7-day forecast, we're back to a bone dry forecast once again with no rain chances in the next 7 days. Temperatures wise will be very warm for late September, Sunday and Monday in the middle 80s. Some pockets of upper 80s possible. Thankfully, those mornings are going to be cool in the mid 50s Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, down in the 40s for Wednesday night and beyond. High temperatures may also briefly come back down in the middle to upper 70s by then as well. Pearl.